Or maybe a vacuum, said salesman Jerome.
Oh, cats or doggy.
Nearly any time makes a good story time, and the public library holds a wealth of children's books to choose from. But before a picture book can make it to the shelves and into the hands of these young readers, it needs to be written, it needs to be illustrated, and it needs to be published. And any time that can all happen in the same community, well, that's a bit of story magic in itself.
There had been silence for so long that he was startled when he heard them. He listened carefully. It sounded like 3 different voices, but he couldn't be sure, not without looking.
Gordon, a story about a gecko by Nanaimo author Josephine G., is being illustrated by local artist Angela Jurgensen and about to be released by her company, Brighter Books Publishing House.
Gordon started when I was living in the Caymans because we had a gecko living there with us, and geckos are all over. It's commonplace for local people there in their environment.
Gordon is a really great book about deforestation, and it's about this little gecko that gets pushed away from his land, and he has to live with humans now. In his case, he's in a house that he thinks it's everything for him, and then the humans move in, and it's really, really well done.
To illustrate Gordon, Angela has been working on a computer with a tablet, but with sophisticated software and an artist's sense, she is able to mimic almost any medium in her work.
I play a little bit with textures, like for instance, this is an actual texture from a gecko, and I'm going to be using it and then building up on it with oils, which is going to be fun. Picture books for children, it's the beginning of teaching them how to use their imagination and to learn that everything is possible. By showing them the visual with the letters, you're helping them make those images. And the more books the kid reads, I believe that you're building this library of images, of dream images, of crazy images in their minds, so that when they're older and they read something that is a fiction book, some fantasy that doesn't quite have the same level of illustrations, they have a pool from where to pull from, their dreams and ideas.
We share the air with all the living things. The breathing bridge connects us.
This book about yoga, The Breathing Bridge, is the first picture book from Brighter Books, and Josephine and Angela hope that their connection with Gordon will also leave young readers with strengthened values.
Not everything in your environment, not every creature is necessarily harmful just because you don't know about it, and that habitat destruction does affect our ecosystem, right down to little things like geckos.
So I want to put books out there, have a positive message, and it really touched me.
Gordon is set to be out by the summer. In the meantime, visit brighterbooks.com to find out more about their book lineup. In Nanaimo for Shaw TV, I'm Derek Johnstone.